Together with a group of our colleagues, we wanted to go near a former government office for a protest. But before we got there, the Taliban hit women with electric tasers, and they used tear gas against women. They also hit a woman on the head with a gun magazine, and she became bloody. There was no one to ask why.
Let's discuss this now with Diva Patang in London. She's a former presenter for Radio Television Afghanistan, or RTA. It's the country's national broadcaster. Diva, thank you so much for coming onto the program. What do you make of the rallies for women's rights that we've been seeing in Kabul and Herat? Do you think the Taliban is taking these women seriously? Do you think they've changed and are different from the organization of the 1990s?
Well, Afghanistan is actually at the moment in war. We can see that there is a lot of things happening in Afghanistan. It has been just 2 weeks that the Taliban has overtaken the country. Personally, I think that there is more time needs to be given to the Taliban because there's more important issues that needs to be considered before women would be able to come out on the streets and demanding their own rights. Taliban are promising that they will be giving their rights, they will be part of the government structure. They will not forget about them, but there is more important issues such as hunger at the moment. We can see that the banks are having issues. We can see that there is a cash flow issues in the country. They are more important issues than at the moment coming out on the streets and trying to demand women's rights. Even during the President Ghani's time, women didn't have that much of a time. There were forced marriages happening. Not a lot of women were allowed to work because of their household, although the government has given them the rights, but then there was issues within the household. The female that we have seen today, the brave women of Afghanistan, is good that they came out on the streets, but I think it's too early for this to be taking place in the country. We need to give time to the Taliban to what they have promised, if they would be able to keep the promise or not. I understand that there are a lot of my own female colleagues are not able to return back to their work and be able to continue with their work. But as I said, it's not just the women's right that is actually right now an issue. There is not even human rights and men rights. That people are not getting their salaries. People are going to work and they're not sure who they actually have to report to. There's a lot of issues in the country.
A lot of issues and a lot of uncertainty, of course, in Afghanistan at the moment. You're currently in London, but on social media, on Twitter, you tweeted on the 1st of September that as soon as flights open, you will go back to Afghanistan. Do you feel that you will be safe there and that you want to rebuild your country? What position do you see you taking on in Afghanistan to make it a better country?
Well, we all Afghans would like to return back to Afghanistan. I have been very outspoken about my country. And as soon as the flights do open, I did say this publicly that I will return back home. I don't think so that the security will be an issue, of course, for a lot of people. But I think if all Afghans will be given the assurance that there is a woman's rights, there is security, every single Afghan will return back. It's our country. It's our duty to go back, because at the moment we can see that a lot of the people who had education or some skills, they have left the country. The country needs those people to come back to build Afghanistan. We understand that the Taliban have been seeking those people to return back, but for security reasons, they were not able to come back. And I see that this is not just my duty. This is a duty of every single person in Afghanistan. If I do return and if I would be able to continue to speak and I would be able to continue my activities and I'm sure that a lot of other people would be able to follow and have the assurance that if nothing has happened to me, then nothing will happen to them. We should not be giving up on our country, that it has been taken over by the Taliban, and forgetting about it. That we have now, if we are living in a peaceful country, then we should be forgetting about those that are actually in Afghanistan. They need us. They need people like us and a lot of Afghans who left Afghanistan to return back and build our country.
Diva Patang, really appreciate your insight and your analysis, speaking to us live there from London. Thank you so much.
Thank you.